Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube video program. We are discussing about the sampling technique that we use for conducting educational research. In our earlier video program, we have discussed about the concept of a population. Then we have also discussed the concept of a sample and what is the need of sampling in educational research. In this program, we will discuss about the concept of a probability sampling, and non-probability sampling. And under probability sampling method, what are the different techniques can be used? And under non-probability sampling technique, what are the different sampling techniques can be used? So friends, before discussing the types of sampling technique, first of all let us try to understand that what is a probability sampling, and further we will discuss that what is a non-probability sampling. You see, when we talk about the term probability, it means the equal chance. Okay, so try to understand that what is the equal chance in a sample when we draw a sample from the population. You see, each unit of the population are given equal weightage in sampling, especially in the probability sampling technique. Let us try to understand with taking one example. Let we have a population of size 100. It may be 100 teacher, 100 students, 100 school, okay, 100 parents, 100 community members, 100 principals. Okay, so here the size of the population is 100. So what you can do, so when size of population is 100, you can list the population with their names. Let 100 students. It means it may start from student number 1, student number 2, 3, 4, 90, 91, 92, 99, 100. We can list 100 number of students with their names. Then what we will do, in probability sampling technique, we have to use a technique. We have to select let 10 units out of 100. The population size is 100 and we have to select 10. That you can say that is the 10%. So when I draw the first unit for the sample from the population, it means the size of the population is 100. When I will draw the first unit, so the chances of getting first unit is 1 upon 100. Okay, so out of 100, the total chances of here is 100. I may get serial number 1 or 2 or 3 or 55 or 76 or 82 or 15 or 19 or 100 accordingly. Okay, so any one. So here chances is 100. Out of 100, I am getting one number. Then for the second unit, when I am trying to the second unit from the population for the sample, so the chances of second unit will also again 100. That shouldn't reduce. Okay, and the chances of the third unit will also 100. It means every unit of the population are having equal chance to be selected for the sample. Okay, so the numbers that will select from the population for a sample, so the chances of each and every unit of the sample will equal. Then we can say that this is a probability sampling technique. Again, you see, in a probability sampling technique, the researcher cannot use their discretion for choosing the sample. So here you see, you have to adopt a process. You have to adopt a very scientific and systematic process for selecting units from the population for the sample. So here what you will do, systematically you have to do. Any researcher's bias will not be, discretion or bias will not be used here. Okay, not be followed here. Many a time what happened, let you are the researcher, what you are doing, you are choosing subject of your opinion, of your choice, of your judgment, okay, of your purpose. So when you are selecting a sample by using your purpose, using your judgment, using your opinion, you cannot say that that is a probability sampling technique, because here you are not using any process, any scientific process. So that's why in a probability sampling technique, that is absolutely free from all type of researchers' biasness and discretion. Try to understand. Next, you see, I have already discussed that each member or unit of the population has equal chance of being included in the sample. So the chances of each and every unit of the sample will be equal and same. So you can say that when you will follow this probability sampling, you will get that the chances will equal. Chances are not getting reduced. So friends, now let us try to discuss the non-probability sampling. It is opposite. So here you see the units of sample are selected at the discretion of the researcher. Many a time you will find that because of certain, certain particular or peculiar nature of the subjects or nature of the research, that many a time it is not possible to select a sample by using the probability sampling technique. So that's why what the researcher does, the researcher use a non-probability sampling technique. And when the researcher use the non-probability sampling technique, he or she uses his or her discretion, her biasness, her judgment, her opinion, that to whom the researcher will take and to whom the researcher will not take. So it is completely depends upon the researcher's discretion, the researcher's judgment, and you can say many a time it depends upon the purpose of the research also. But you see many a time you will see that the sample that has been selected by using the non-probability sampling technique may be a suitable sample also, but it depends upon the nature of the study. Okay, if you are unable to list out the population units, if the population is abstract in nature, it is not, you are not able to locate the population. So in this case you can take a non-probability sampling technique. But you see, for conducting research, especially in education, you can use two types of sampling technique. One is the probability sampling technique and the other is the non-probability sampling technique. But you see, taking a sampling technique for your study, it somehow depends upon your result also, what result you will get, what findings you will get. Okay, so sampling is having a direct link with the statistics that you will use for analyzing and interpreting the data. At the same time, the results that you will get, whether you are in a position as a researcher, whether you are in a position to generalize your finding or not. You see, when you are selecting a sample by using the probability sampling technique, means here researcher's bias or researcher's discretion, researcher's own judgment, researcher's purpose is not taken into consideration. Okay, so you are adopting a scientific method, you are adopting a proper procedure, you are adopting a systematic process for collecting the sample. So when you are selecting a sample by using a probability sampling technique, it means you are getting a purified sample, and this is expected that the result that you will get, that result means the sample results that you will get, that may be more or less equal with the population result. Okay, population result means you will not get a much variation between the sample result and the population result, or sample measurement and the population measurement. So in this case, when there is not a variation, then you can generalize your result, means the sample result can be generalized for the population, can be used for the population. But when you are selecting a sample by using a non-probability sampling technique, as researchers' biasness, researchers' own opinion, researchers' own judgment is aligned with the sampling technique, so that's why the sampling measurement may not equal to the population measurement. So that's why you cannot say that the result that will get, that will represent the population. So here the representativeness of the result of the sample may not as like the population result. So that's why in this case you cannot generalize your result. So that's why when you are selecting a sample by using probability sampling technique, you can better generalize your result. And when you are selecting a sample by using non-probability sampling technique, here this is a threat for the researcher, or you can say you are taking a risk that you are not going to generalize the result, the research result or findings that you have conducted upon the population. Then again, this is also a direct link with the statistics that you will use for analyzing and interpreting your data for reaching at the findings. You see, when you are using the probability sampling technique for selecting the sample, then here you can better use the parametric sampling, parametric statistics. Okay, and when you are drawing your sample by using the non-probability sampling technique, then better you can use the non-parametric statistical method. So you see, the techniques of sample selection is linked with the result, the data collection, data analysis and interpretation. So that's why all steps are related with each other. So friends, after discussing the concept of a probability sampling technique and non-probability sampling technique, let us try to understand that what are the different types of probability sampling techniques are there and non-probability sampling techniques are there. So broadly, when I talk about the types of sample, then it is of two types. One is the probability sample and other is the non-probability sample. And again, under probability sample, the specific technique or the specific method that you can use are simple random sampling, stratified random sampling, multi-stage sampling, systematic sampling and cluster sampling. Try to remember, I repeat it. Under probability sampling, the specific techniques or the methods that you use for selecting your sample from the population are: first is the simple random sampling technique, then second stratified random sampling technique, third multi-stage sampling technique, fourth systematic sampling technique, and the fifth is the cluster sampling technique. You see friends, in different books you will find that the sampling techniques, the name of the sampling techniques are written differently. Okay, so the concept is here important, the method is not important. So try to understand that under probability sampling, 5 techniques we will discuss: simple random, stratified random, multi-stage, systematic and cluster sampling. Again friends, under non-probability sample, we also use certain technique like snowball sampling technique, quota sampling technique, incidental sampling technique and purposive sampling technique. I repeat, try to remember. Under non-probability sampling sample, the specific techniques or the methods that we use for conducting our research, that may be a snowball sampling technique or method, quota sampling technique or method, incidental sampling technique or method, then the fourth is purposive sampling technique or method. Okay. So friends, you see, as we have already discussed that the concept of a probability sample and a non-probability sample and difference between them. So here, by using the 5 techniques that I have taken under probability sampling, you will find that when you use that technique, the very concept of probability will be there. Okay, the equalness will be there, equal chance will be there. So all the units of the population will get an equal chance. Okay, for selecting to the sample. Then in non-probability sampling, here the norms of probability, the rules of probability, the concept and ideas of probability will not be used here. Okay, so it can be based upon the researcher's biasness, researcher's discretion, and the researcher's own knowledge or own experience, own opinion. And many a time, as I have already discussed, that it also depends upon the nature of the study, what type of study you are conducting, and whether in that type of study you will get a probability you will get you can draw your sample by using the probability sampling or not. So specifically, you see, when you are using the snowball sampling technique, quota sampling technique, incidental sampling technique, purposive sampling technique, here your sample may not represent the population. Means the characteristics of the population may not reflect in the sample. Means the sample characteristics and population characteristics may not same, may not equal. So friends, this is the broad type of probability and non-probability sampling. In our next video program, we will discuss the specific sampling technique like simple random sampling, stratified random sampling. Okay, so today in this program we discussed the concept of a probability sampling technique, and we also discussed the concept of a non-probability sampling technique, and how probability and a non-probability sampling technique is linked with the selection of statistics, at the same time generalization or implication of the results that we are getting by conducting your research, taking a sample on the population. Okay, it is a direct link with them. Then we have also discussed that what are the specific technique that we can use under probability sample and non-probability sample. Okay, so next program we will discuss the specific technique, its processes, okay, its steps, how to draw it by with discussing certain examples. Thank you.